Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of CookieCast. Today on CookieCast, it's straight to the apex. That's right, the Formula 1 podcast is coming your way, and so is the end of the season. Can you believe it? It's been a right old time. It's been a good ride. But all good things have to come to a close, and so is the Formula 1 season. The guys are here, they're talking Formula 1. What more could you want? Before we get started, please do consider like, share, subscribe and comment. Leave a review where you can leave a review. Share this podcast around. The season may be coming to a close, but there's plenty of episodes of this podcast, plenty of episodes of previous seasons, and there'll be new seasons coming just around the corner. So look forward to that. Right, let's get started. Here we go. This is CookieCast. Straight to the apex.
Good evening, good morning. How are we all doing? My name's Tony, if you didn't know that already. I'm joined by James tonight. This is the Straight to the Apex F1 podcast, and I'm moving at pace because it's gone mad. This is it, guys. The season has culminated to this point, and we've got a lot to talk about. Thank you. Shout out to CookieCast before we start getting into this, bitch. Andy, it's going to be a roller coaster these next week, 2 weeks or so, because it's all coming down to the last race. Who would have known it? Will Lando Norris hang on? Will Max Verstappen come back from ridiculously far? Will Oscar Piastri have a say in this? Will he have a big say? Yeah, he might not win. He could win, but he might have a hell of a say on this. A McLaren in a really sticky situation here, or could they even get in a bigger sticky situation? Is Max Verstappen going to pull off arguably one of the best championship wins in a long, long time? We're going to discuss it right now, guys. Jimmy, how are you doing?
I'm a little tense, and not in the usual kind of kinky way either. It's not tense down here. I mean, it is tense down here, but it's always tense down there.
You mean it's tense? It's tense at the top of the F1.
It's tense everywhere at the moment.
It's tense everywhere. Are you okay? Do we need to call 999?
It's like bite the pillow tense time.
Oh, okay. It's not left-sided shoulder pain or anything like that. Tense.
No.
Tense in the chest. Okay, that's all right.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'll tell you after qualifying this week.
It's kicking in, whatever you've taken. Anyway, moving on. Yes, we had Qatar. And what a weekend it was. What a weekend. Lando Norris was in the lead in the championship. He had a nice gap to Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri, who were on the same points. It was a sprint weekend. Lando Norris could have won this weekend, but in true Lando Norris style, he lost a sprint, and he ended up in the main race coming fourth, which has opened it up massively. He's still leading, but it's brought the gap dramatically down. And I don't know, it could take the rest of the podcast if I could explain each which way that Lando could win, Max could win, and Oscar could win. I'm just saying, guys, you've got to tune in. You've got to tune in. What did you think? Any thoughts about qualifying, or any thoughts about the sprint race, or any thoughts about the race?
Qualifying, sprint, all right with the results. Happy with Norris finishing second, because we all knew Norris only had to finish third.
Mm-hmm.
if he'd have outscored Piastri and Verstappen by 2 points that weekend, that was it. It was done. After the sprint, he already had outscored Max by 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
So he was already halfway there with the Max bit.
Yeah.
Piastri, I'm going to give it to the kid. You know, he's a whiny little bitch. I always say it, but he had a good weekend. He had a really good weekend. You know, he was fastest in practice, fastest in quali, fastest in sprint, fastest in the other quali, probably fastest in the race as well.
Well, if it wasn't for a McLaren mishap on strategy, which the big man took on the chin and apologised to his drivers, they could have made it a lot more easy for themselves and Lando Norris, but they've opened it up, haven't they? They've massively opened it up. In terms of Oscar in this weekend, wow. I mean, if there was ever the last chance saloon to bring this back, it was this race, this weekend, and he's done it. Like, where has this guy been in the past 6 weeks? Yeah, mega. But you can't. Max Verstappen again, driving like a world champion drives.
The fact that he was 104 points behind at one point.
Yeah.
And now he's 12. You've got Lewis Hamilton actually saying, how the hell has he closed that gap?
I think he's closed that gap because it's Max Verstappen. And I'll say it now. I want him to win. I want him to win, and I thought I would never say this. I would like him to beat Lando Norris. I can't believe I'm saying that, but the way that the team has been ran this season, they can decide who wins what race and who gets what points and what not, and it's all the papaya rules and all that bullshit. I hope to God that they suffer from their own medicine this weekend, and you know what? It'll be an absolute travesty in terms of F1 racing and sport if they let Lando Norris pass Oscar Piastri to win the championship. It will be a disgrace, and it will be a Massey. It will be under a Massey, but it'll be right up there with the Massey 2021. Yes, guys. Jimmy is speechless because that is what we're talking about here. That's what every F1 fan is feeling right now.
It's like I agree with you, and I don't at the same time. It's like two sides of my multiple personalities are just arguing with each other, but at the same time shaking hands with each other because I get it. Part of me wants Max to win now because it would just shut McLaren up with the papaya rules and stuff like that, and just say to him and prove to him, look, when you guys mess about, it's that typical fuck around and find out thing.
Yep.
But at the same time, I want Norris to win because that kid has fucking earned it. Now, I know everyone's been like at the start, oh, Piastri's this, Piastri's that. And I said from the start, he's only ever been in clean air. And as soon as he wasn't in clean air, it started turning to shit for him. But at the same time, and we're going to discuss this later on in this episode, I hope, when it comes to the mental health aspect of it, everyone was giving Lando grief when he was saying, I'm not sleeping well, I'm struggling mentally, blah, 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 blah. As soon as he sorted it out, he's romping it. He turns off half the settings on his car so he can't see his delta and stuff like that. And he's off and he's storming it. And he went from a 34 point behind Piastri to, yeah. So I want the kid to win it because he's he's worked so hard. He's worked hard on himself, his mental health, everything else. His driving. He has to win it. But if somebody else is going to win it, it's got to be Max, and that's more as a fuck you to McLaren. And I hate to say it as well because I do like McLaren, but the guys need to sort themselves out. But in regards to what you said about it would be awful if McLaren was to let Norris win it, I kind of disagree with you.
You think you think it's papaya and teamwork at its ultimate?
No. Because I hate the fucking papaya rules, that kind of stuff. It should. I don't mind it at the start of a season. You know what, you guys? You race, you do you, whatever. But as soon as one of them is up for contention, then, like Mercedes, like Red Bull, like most other teams, it should then be like, right, you know what? You've got this for grabs. We're going to focus on you.
Okay.
Now, I've looked at all the possible outcomes, all the possible ways that Norris could win it, Max could win it, Piastri could win it. Now, if I'm McLaren, especially after, let's face it, the only reason that we're in the situation now is because of two monumental fuck-ups, one of them having the car too low fucking 1 week, and then the week after, fucking up with strategy when they're going, everyone's going in. It's like, yeah, we're going to stay out. It's like, yeah, well played. They just read that entire weekend wrong. Both drivers, both Piastri and Norris, are royally fucked off, and both of them in the press conference turned around and said effectively the same kind of thing of Piastri lost first, Norris lost second.
Yeah.
They should have had that in the bag. If they would have pit same time as Max, Piastri would have probably either kept the lead or got the lead back. And then when they made their second pit, they had enough space in that second pit between them to do a double stack, and they didn't. They left Norris out for another lap. And it was too late. It meant it was going to come out behind Sainz and Antonelli, and then it was just awful. But for Norris to win, all Norris has to do is get on that podium.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's first, second, or third. And even if it's third, it doesn't matter if fucking Max wins it or Piastri wins it. He has done it. He has secured it. Simple as. Even if he came fourth, Max would have to be second or worse.
But this is. Go on,
So
carry on. Sorry. I've got an analogy where I think that's going to happen. Well, I've got a prediction what I think might happen that I saw print screened, and that's Max wins, Piastri's second, somebody else is third, and Lando Norris is fourth. So would Oscar Piastri sacrifice his podium in his second place to drop 2 places on a final lap?
But I don't think it'll get there. Brundle already said.
I don't know, James. I don't know. I really don't know.
If I'm McLaren, I'm like, right, I've screwed up 2 drivers, 2 phenomenal drivers. Not going to take that away from Piastri. I hate him because he's moaning metal, but he can drive. If I'm McLaren, I'm like, I've fucked them 2 royally in the arse.
Yeah, in a sense.
And it's not. I've made a very comfortable lead of 104. I've whittled that down to 12. Not taking, again, Max has done a lot of work, but let's face it, McLaren have fucked up a lot of stuff as well. I've already got the constructors. I would want the driver as well. Now, I know, and Stella's pissing me off as well because, I mean, he's that far up Piastri's arse. Fucking Piastri can taste brill cream and olive oil. But for Piastri to win it, and he was even saying it when he was being interviewed, he said, "Oh, there's been times when there was 3 people up for contention for the championship in the last race. and there's twice where the person who was third did it. I'm like, yeah, but that wasn't against fucking Max Verstappen. It's a completely different ball. Max Verstappen doesn't give a shit. I'm getting annoyed. But for Piastri to win, for Piastri to have a chance of winning,
he just needs to hit the front. He needs to qualify first, which he
he's
can
got to
do.
finish first or second. But if he finishes first, he needs Norris to finish sixth. If he finishes second, he needs Norris to finish 10th. So if they want Piastri to win, they've got to absolutely obliterate Norris themselves. They've got to sabotage him. Or you've got the easier option is we can still secure first and second. And be like, right, well, you know what? Let's see how the race goes. If Norris is already leading it on, right, guess what, Norris? We'll guide you all the way. Piastri, we're right behind you as well. We've secured first and second. Happy days. If it is that kind of Norris is in second or third or something like that, I probably would be turning around and saying, look, Piastri, I'm really sorry, but you haven't got a chance of getting the championship, and there is Norris there. You've got to give him third. And I know a lot of people will be like, oh, they can't do that, blah, 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 blah. But every team fucking does it. Perez did it for Verstappen in 2021.
Yeah.
And I mean, McLaren just need to do something, and it's awful. But at the end of the day, it's teams. It's what teams do. You know,
You've won me over. You have what your comments are. Yeah, you've won me over a little bit, but it still doesn't sit right with the value of it's racing and it's a sport.
It doesn't me either. I mean, I had that rant last year with Piastri's first win because they said to Norris, let him by. And I always said, that's not right because that was his first win and it will forever be known as not his first win. Now, this would be Norris's, I'd like to say, first of many championships. But it would also, you know, if that was the case, it would also have that kind of, yeah, but it was handed to him. And all the Australian tinfoil hat wearers will be like, oh, well, you know, it's just British bias. You know, they've always favoured Lando and all that kind of bullshit. But
then it plays into the papaya ethic, doesn't it?
Yeah. But it's like they've got to get rid of that bullshit. Use it for a time being, but once there's just a chance of one driver having it, throw all your fucking eggs in that basket.
Yeah, I agree.
Hamilton every year. We always say Hamilton's the GOAT and all that kind of stuff. He absolutely is. He's a fantastic driver. But you can't turn around and say he wasn't ever favoured.
Yeah.
By Mercedes. Verstappen, amazing driver again, but at times clearly been favoured by Red Bull.
Yeah. Yeah. You make some really, really, really valid points. It's going to be such an interesting race in weekend in general. There's a lot of tension. Will that play on the mind of Lando Norris? Yes. Will that play on the mind of Oscar Piastri? Yes. And that's why I really do feel that Max Verstappen is gonna romp this. I really do.
The thing is with Max, his mentality, and he I think they asked him after the race, how would you feel if you win it next week and all that kind of, and he just turned around and he went, I don't really care.
Yeah.
He's like, well, if you win it, and he's like, I don't care.
Very well, I think. But the Max Verstappen that we all know surely would not be like that. Inside, I bet he's absolutely focused, razor sharp. Razor sharp.
Don't get me wrong, he is going to be switched on race day, absolutely, but he's still got work to do. I mean, so for Verstappen to win, if he wins the race, Norris needs to be fourth.
Yeah.
If he comes second, he needs Norris to come eighth, but then he also needs Piastri to come third or lower. And if he comes third, he needs Norris to finish ninth and Piastri to finish second or lower. So Max has to rely on the results of both drivers.
Yeah.
For Piastri, he's got to rely on Norris having an absolute shitter and not getting on the podium. Which, let's face it, the only time he hasn't got on the podium really this season is DNFs or tactical fuck ups. If he just gets to drive, he's there.
Yeah.
Whereas Norris, he's only really got to worry about Max until he gets to sixth place.
Yeah.
So it does still favour Norris. It's a fucking tough call. It's going to be a hell of a fight, but as long as it's not 2021 and it boils down to the fucking last two laps again, that I don't think I could handle.
Yeah. We have a safety car in the last 5 laps. But if that happens, yeah, that could happen. They could all pit, depending on the tyre arrangements. Somebody could have a massive advantage and literally change the course of the championship like that.
If McLaren are wise enough, they should be looking at it and thinking, we don't need to try and do anything stupid.
They're going to fucking keep some softs brand new in the back pocket all the way to just in case.
Don't do anything fucking stupid. Don't lunge on turn 1 on the opening lap. Don't do this.
Try and push out a Max Verstappen and then give him the fucking corner anyway.
Yeah, you guys can absolutely stomp it when you just drive. So you know what,
Tangled
guys?
together.
Fucking drive.
There must be conversations about race strategy where see what happens on quali. Whoever's in front on quali, just wait there because I have 2 dogs that are trying to kill each other, a bit like Max Verstappen and Lando Norris. Just give me a second.
Oh, I love all the cameras zoomed in on you as well. Just give that a little bit more drama to it. You're still on mute, mate. Why are you looking at me like that?
That's better. No, it's great, isn't it? I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, enough of the Max Verstappen, Lando Norris and McLaren debacle. There's something else that I want to go on. Final thought.
Go on. So I've ranted a fair bit, but I think you're going to say exactly what I'm going to say. Because it is still related.
Kimi Antonelli has come under fire because of a Red Bull. Is it JP, AP, whatever the fuck his name is, coming out with comments. I'm not going to quote him, coming out with comments during the race. And I'm glad they've come back out and they've apologised because I do believe, and I think they believe, and I think the F1 world agrees, that his comments have brought a lot of hate and online to Kimi Antonelli that was absolutely... I'm saying that death threats are never fine, absolutely fine. But there's a lot of criticism coming on Kimi Antonelli's way because of the comments made, which were completely wrong. He had a bit of not a spin, but a step out. He went wide, and that's why Lando Norris passed on the inside. It wasn't Kimi Antonelli letting Lando Norris through. But again, that just explains and tells the world the mentality of this Red Bull, certain Red Bull strategist. And it pisses me off. And it's sport, the heat of the moment. Luckily, Max Verstappen didn't answer back or say anything else. But it's so disappointing.
Yeah, I mean...
You would think a rival team would let another rival team come through.
It wouldn't benefit Mercedes, especially when they're still trying to get what they want to get. But yeah, Jean-Pierre made his comment there and then saying, "Oh, that's weird. It almost looks like Antonelli just let him past." Which, in that position, watching it did, because Norris couldn't get near him, and then all of a sudden he was past him. But then once you saw the replay, seconds later, you could see, oh no, yeah, Kimi went too far in one side, came too far out on the other. It's just degraded tyres and everything else. But when good old Helmut Marko, way after the race, all the replays have been seen, everyone's been interviewed, and Kimi's even been on the radio and gone, this just happened. He then goes out and goes, oh yeah, he did so-and-so, so-and-so, and that sparked so much hate and death threats. I mean, the kid's 19. It's disgusting. He got 1,000 death threats. Now, I say things about Piastri. I call him a whiny little bitch every single week, but that is because he's a whiny little bitch.
You're frustrated by him.
Yeah, but I don't message the guy and say and give him a death threat. I have never said I hope he dies.
No,
because you don't say that shit. It's
hold on to that thought, because I'm just going to let a dog out. But what can you say while I'm doing that on the podcast? What can you tell the ether while I do what I do?
I mean, I could sing Fairy Tale in New York.
Yes, perfect.
I'm not gonna. I mean, have you really just left? This is a great podcast, this one, guys. Tell me what you think is the best thing so far. Mine is Tony disappearing and leaving me on my own. Yeah. I'm not singing It's Fairy Tale in New York. And he's back.
Did you sing Fairy Tale of New York like you said you were?
Yeah, I sang it twice.
I thought you could sing. I thought you could sing.
I sang it twice. I even sang the lady bits.
Next year, I want you to teach me how to sing.
Okay. Challenge accepted, I guess.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Anyway, moving on. If you're an F1 fan or you're interested in anything F1, racing, engineering, cars, sport, if you have no intention of following F1, but I would watch this weekend. If you never watch F1 again, this weekend is where I'd watch. To be honest, I've watched few races live this year. I'll be watching this weekend because it's going to be memorable in ways that we don't actually know.
I'll be shitting myself watching it live.
I do think my prediction would be Max Verstappen in. We could have an Oscar second, Lando Norris third.
Is that your prediction?
That's my prediction. But I could...
Am I writing this down?
Write it down, yeah. I could really see a George Russell getting involved, maybe. I could see Kimi Antonelli getting involved. There's going to be some jeopardy somewhere.
Yeah.
There's going to be some jeopardy. There has to be some jeopardy.
Well, I have got all the predictions barring Beth's.
Oh.
And everyone has put Norris on the podium.
Right, okay. Go tell us what the previous predictions were from last week, if you can.
So, last week, Mark had Max, Norris and Russell. Max won it, so he's gone from 40 points to 43. I've done what I always do for God knows how long now. I went Piastri, Norris, Max because I wanted to jinx the whiny little bitch. Unfortunately, it didn't work too much. Well played, mate. So I'm still on 26 points. You went Max, Norris, Russell. So you've gone from 25 to 28.
Ooh, 1 point.
Charlie went Max, Norris, and Russell as well. So now has 23 points. So at this rate, Charlie's may actually go above me. Meaning I am the lowest out of all 5, but I don't care. Beth went Norris, Max, Leclerc, still on 34 points.
Wow. Well, you've heard my predictions. Max, Oscar, Norris.
Mm-hmm.
What's yours?
My predictions, believe it or not, are the same.
Oh,
Piastri for the win.
Oh.
Norris second. Max third. It's jinxed him every week, barring last week.
So am I right in saying that you predict my predictions, but you're going to pick you different?
No. I said I'm staying the same as I have for the last God knows how long. So I've gone Piastri for the win, Norris second, Max third.
All right, you confused me. Right, what's Mark gone with?
Mark has gone Max for the win, Russell second, Norris third.
Wow.
What?
Charlie? Because Charlie,
gone.
Notoriously, whatever she's picked doesn't happen. So I'm interested to see what these picks are.
Charlie has gone Norris for the win.
Oh, thank God for that.
Max second, Piastri third.
Wow. Wow. I've got Beth messaging now as I speak.
Ooh. Well, while we're waiting,
oh, she's good.
The news I've got is that Isaac Hadjar has abruptly ended his Formula One career.
Yeah.
He is now signed as the second driver for Red Bull.
Yeah, this comes off the news that you just said. Unfortunately, we wave goodbye to Yuki Tsunoda. It's been great. You've had some memorable moments, which I can't remember. Neither can anybody else, really. He has been... how do I put this? Explosive sometimes in the scene.
Yeah.
He's done a few races quite well, but he's never really been really notable. Isaac Hadjar has probably been more notable in this season than Yuki Tsunoda has. So, yeah, it's typical Red Bull, isn't it? And, yeah, moving drivers up. Will we miss Yuki? Probably not. For the vibes, yes. Yes, for the vibes, yeah. How will Isaac do? Like every other driver in a Red Bull seat, shite.
Probably.
But
Probably last one did.
We'll see. We shall see. What's your thoughts?
I'm gutted for the kid. I'm on about Yuki, by the way, not Hadjar. I mean, Hadjar's going over to Red Bull. Lawson's staying where he is. There's a new kid coming up, and I've forgotten his name. And Yuki's going to be a reserve driver, and it's just, it's just typical Red Bull, just destroying that second driver.
Oh, yeah.
Got Beth's.
Beth's gone Norris to win. Max Verstappen second, and Sainz third. Got to commend these Williams drivers, especially Sainz. He's pulled it out of the bag.
Kid's doing well.
Only get fifth in the constructors, the best of the rest, maybe. You spoke about Aston Martin's rejig last episode, didn't you? My opinion on that is it's going to be very interesting what Newey can do. I think it may open the door for a Christian return. Because if he can't, Newey gets the team going and knows the car. and then steps back a little bit and brings in a big team principal like Horner to take the reins of the management side of the team in a race weekend, because that's ultimately what I don't think Newey can do. And he's old, man. He's getting on.
He'll be good. He'll be good.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. Cannot wait. Yeah. Anything else this weekend?
No.
Looking
Save it
forward
all for
the big one, Abu Dhabi, this weekend, the final race. Who will win the championship? We'll have to see. Hopefully Mark will be back. He couldn't make it tonight because there was a certain train that he'd seen that was coming into Hull, so he had to be there. I think it might have been like the 7 o'clock from Leeds or something like that.
Yeah.
It had a special.
Fair.
Had a special for some reason. He had to be there. Bless him. But yeah, hopefully we'll see him next week. Hopefully there's no more trains. But anyway, take care. I'll see you on the other side. All right?
See you soon, guys.
Goodbye.
So there we go. What do you think of that? Another one done, another one gone. The guys will be back. They'll be talking end of the season goodies. Until then, please do consider like, share, subscribe and comment. Leave a review when you can leave a review. And check out the website, thecookiecast.com. There we have social media links and an email button. And that way you can get in touch with us. That's it for this one. Until next time, I'm going to say bye. And I'll see you then.
You've just listened to another episode of Cookie Cast. Thanks for listening.